Let's start with nitric acid. Nitrogen forms oxoacids such as hyponitrous acid, HNO2, nitrous acid, and HNO3, nitric acid. Amongst them, nitric acid is the most important. Hyponitrous acid is unstable and it decomposes to N2O and water. And nitrous acid also easily gets oxidized to nitric acid, so it cannot be stored. Whereas nitric acid is most important chemical used for various purposes. First, let's take up its preparation. In laboratory, nitric acid can be prepared by heating potassium nitrate or sodium nitrate with concentrated sulfuric acid glass retort. Sodium nitrate reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid to give sodium hydrogen sulfate plus nitric acid. On large scale, it is prepared mainly by Ostwald process. This method is based on catalytic oxidation of ammonia by atmospheric oxygen. 4NH3 plus 5O2 in the presence of platinum and rhodium gauze as a catalyst at 500 Kelvin at 9 bar gives nitrogen monoxide plus 6 water. Nitrogen monoxide further gets oxidized to nitrogen dioxide in presence of oxygen. Nitrogen monoxide is unstable, colorless, and is easily get oxidized in the presence of oxygen to form nitrogen dioxide, which is brown in color. Nitrogen dioxide is dissolved in water, resulting in the formation of nitric acid and NO. NO is further oxidized and used again. So this nitric acid is formed. NO thus formed is recycled and the aqueous HNO3 can be concentrated by distillation up to 68% by mass. Further, the concentration to 98% can be achieved by dehydration with concentrated sulfuric acid. Let's take up physical properties of nitric acid. Its colorless liquid, freezing point is 231.4 Kelvin, boiling point is 355.6 Kelvin. Laboratory grade nitric acid is 68% by mass and has specific gravity 1.504. Nitric acid usually acquires yellow color due to its decomposition by sunlight into nitrogen dioxide. Nitrogen dioxide is brown in color, so which dissolves in nitric acid, imparting yellow color to it. If you want to remove this yellow color, we can heat nitric acid from 660 to 70 degrees centigrade and pass oxygen through it. So NO2 dimerizes to form N2O4, which gets oxidized to N2O5, and N2O5 gets dissolved in water forming nitric acid. N2O5 is anhydride of nitric acid. It has extremely corrosive action on skin and causes painful sores. Whenever nitric acid falls on your skin, it changes to yellow in color because skin is made up of protein and protein react with nitric acid to form nitroprotein or xanthoprotein, which are yellow in color. But only upper layer of the skin is affected, which gets removed automatically and new skin comes. This is the structure of nitric acid. Here nitrogen is sp2 hybridized. One of the bond is double bond, another one is coordinate bond, and this is single bond. Here also we have single bond. OH bond length is 96 picometer. NO bond length is 146 picometer. Due to resonance, these two bond lengths are same, 121 picometer. This bond angle is 102, this bond angle is 130. So this nitrogen is sp2 hybridized, it has planar structure. Let's take up chemical properties. In aqueous solution, nitric acid behaves like a strong acid forming hydronium ion and nitrate ion. HNO3 when dissolved in water, we get hydronium ion and nitrate ion. Nitric acid reacts with basic oxides, carbonates and hydroxides forming corresponding salts. Calcium oxide, which is basic oxide, reacts with nitric acid forming calcium nitrate plus water. Sodium carbonate plus 2 moles of nitric acid gives sodium nitrate plus water plus CO2 gas is liberated. NaOH plus HNO3 gives you NaNO3 plus water. This is a neutralization reaction. Concentrated nitric acid is a strong oxidizing agent and attacks most of the metals except noble metals like gold and platinum. Copper reacts with dilute nitric acid to give copper nitrate, which is blue in color, plus nitrogen monoxide or nitric oxide, which is colorless, plus 4 water are formed. Copper reacts with concentrated nitric acid, results in the formation of blue colored solution copper nitrate plus brown colored NO2 gas is formed plus 2H2O is formed. In both the reaction, nitric acid is acting as oxidizing agent. Dilute nitric acid gets reduced to NO. It liberates nascent oxygen which reacts with copper to form copper oxide. Copper oxide reacts with nitric acid to form copper nitrate and water. Concentrated nitric acid is also an oxidizing agent. It gets reduced to nitrogen dioxide and it provides nascent oxygen which reacts with copper to form copper oxide. Copper oxide reacts with nitric acid to form copper nitrate and water. This is the way how nitric acid, both dilute and concentrated, act as oxidizing agent. Zinc reacts with dilute nitric acid, rather very dilute nitric acid on heating and gives N2O, and with concentrated acid to give NO2. 4Zn plus 10HNO3, this should be very dilute nitric acid, it will give, and heating also has to be done. 4 zinc nitrate plus 5 water plus N2O is formed. If we take very dilute nitric acid but don't heat, then instead of N2O we will get ammonium nitrate. And if we use dilute nitric acid, then reaction will be similar. 3 zinc plus 8 HNO3 will give you 3 ZnNO3 whole twice plus 2 NO plus 4 water. So this reaction is specially for very dilute, and without heating we get ammonium nitrate, with heating we get nitrous oxide, which is also called laughing gas. Concentrated nitric acid, zinc reacts with nitric acid forming zinc nitrate plus water plus nitrogen dioxide. Reaction is similar to that of copper. Some metals, chromium and aluminium, do not dissolve in concentrated nitric acid because of the formation of passive film of oxide on their surface, due to which they do not react with nitric acid further after this oxide layer is formed. So they become passive due to the formation of oxide layer. Concentrated nitric acid also oxidizes non-metals and their compounds. Iodine gets oxidized to iodic acid with the help of concentrated nitric acid. Remember, non-metals only react with concentrated nitric acid and not with dilute nitric acid. So iodine is oxidized to iodic acid with the help of concentrated nitric acid. Concentrated nitric acid itself will get reduced to NO2 plus water. Balanced equation is I2 plus 10 HNO3 gives you 2 iodic acid plus 10 NO2 plus 4 water. Carbon gets oxidized by concentrated nitric acid to carbon dioxide plus 2 water plus nitrogen dioxide is formed, which is brown in color. Sulfur, which exists as octatomic molecule, reacts with 48 moles of concentrated nitric acid. Sulfur will get oxidized to sulfur dioxide first. Sulfur dioxide will further get oxidized to sulfur trioxide, which dissolves in water forming sulfuric acid. And nitric acid will get reduced to nitrogen dioxide plus water is formed. Phosphorus reacts with concentrated nitric acid. Here phosphorus gets oxidized to P4O10, which is dimer of P2O5 that dissolves in water forming phosphoric acid. Nitric acid will get reduced to nitrogen dioxide plus water is formed. Brown ring test is for nitrate ion. How it is carried out? Salt solution, freshly prepared ferrous sulfate solution. Why freshly prepared? Because otherwise it will get oxidized to ferric. So to the salt solution we are adding freshly prepared ferrous sulfate solution. Add concentrated sulfuric acid along the sides of the test tube. And after some time, at the junction of the two layers where sulfuric acid meets the aqueous solution, we get a brownish black colored ring. This ring is formed due to a complex compound, which reaction we will just give you. The test is usually carried out by adding dilute ferrous sulfate solution to an aqueous solution containing nitrate ion and then carefully adding concentrated sulfuric acid along the sides of the test tube. This is the reaction taking place. Nitrate ion plus ferrous ion in the acidic medium oxidize. Ferrous ion gets oxidized to ferric ion and nitrate ion gets reduced to NO in dilute solution plus water is formed. Remaining ferrous ion, which is hydrated with NO, will form a complex which is brown colored in nature, and this is the brown ring. This is the chemistry of the brown ring.